What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we had some breaking news in regards to Disney. It was reported by CNBC. Here's the article. Disney might be going back to the co-CEO management. I support this 100%. I'm just going to read the article from CNBC. It was reported by Alex Sherman. As 2025 enters its final moments, Disney inches closer to the announcement the entire entertainment industry has been waiting for. Who will take over for Bob Iger as the company's next CEO? Disney has publicly stated it will name Iger's successor in early 2026. Two internal candidates stand out as the most likely contenders: Disney Entertainment co-chairman Dana Walden and Disney Experience chairman Josh D'Amaro. Walden brings decades of Hollywood expertise. D'Amaro worked in consumer products before his elevation in the theme parks division, all the way up to running the unit when its previous leader, Bob Chapek, was named Disney CEO in 2020. And then he was gone about a year and a half later. He was removed. And then Bob Iger came back, and the company shot to hell. Given Walden and D'Amaro's complementary skill sets, and given recent momentum behind co-CEO appointments, both in media and beyond, the Disney board could opt to select both to jointly replace Iger. It's a strategy rival Netflix has similarly and effectively used since 2020, when Reed Hastings named Ted Sarandos his co-CEO. 3 years later, Hastings relinquished that post and moved on to become the company's executive chairman, elevating Greg Peters into his spot as co-CEO. Last year, Iger recalled Sarandos and asked him about Netflix co-CEO model. I did not know this. CNBC has confirmed, based on interviews with people familiar with the matter, that call was first reported by the Wall Street. Did they meant to say Wall Street Journal? Netflix's success has contributed to a recent co-CEO wave. Last month, Spotify named Alex Nostrom and Gustav, can't pronounce that, as co-CEOs to replace founder Daniel Ek. Oracle named Clay, can't pronounce that, Mike Cecilia, to jointly lead the company, and Comcast tapped President Mike Kavanaugh to join longtime CEO Brian Roberts in the chief role. While Netflix has a business and creative thing, I'm going to get into it. I just want to finish the rest of this. But while a dual CEO structure may superficially make sense for Disney, companies, insiders, and corporate governance experts warn there are considerations specific to the Mouse House that would make such a dynamic unwise. Now let's stop here. Actually, I'm going to finish here. Yes, Netflix has co-CEOs, creative and business. Disney, back in the golden years when Walt was still alive running the company, they kind of had this similar motto too. The similar management thing. Walt was the creative guy, and his brother Roy was the business guy. And the company ran great until Walt unfortunately passed away. Then Disney brought in Michael Eisner years later. He was the creative guy. And then they brought in Frank Wells to be the business guy. Technically, Michael Eisner was the CEO and the chairman, I think, at the time. And Frank Wells was the president and COO, chief operating officer. The company ran great. I don't know why they're saying it could be bad. It did great, yes. We all know the history of Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg at the time. They didn't get along. And Jeffrey Katzenberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg wanted Frank Wells' job after Frank Wells passed away. But then Michael Eisner said no, and then Jeffrey Katzenberg left and started DreamWorks. We all know that. Yeah, I 100% support. I've been saying Disney needs to go back to the co-CEO thing. Business and creative companies, film entertainment companies do better. Well, entertainment companies in general do better when two people are in charge, in my opinion. Look at Disney when they had Michael Eisner and Frank Wells at the time. That led into Disney's renaissance. It led Disney into the Renaissance era. And Netflix was successful Netflix was successful with the business and creative. Disney started the whole thing. They started the business and creative. They started the whole co-CEO thing. And then we all know what happened. Frank Wells passed away, and then Michael Eisner kind of ran everything. And yes, Disney kind of stagnated a little bit. We all know that. And then they kind of stopped it after that. After the Eisner era, they kind of stopped with the co-CEO thing. Look at WWE also. The present day WWE. Triple H is the head of creative. Nick Khan runs the business side of WWE. Along with TKO, Ari Emanuel, we all know that. And Triple H runs the creative side. It's not the greatest, but it works out. It works perfectly. Disney going back to co-CEO, I 100% support. I've been saying if this happens, it's not 100% confirmed. But they should definitely consider this. And it looks like we just right here, Iger talked to Ted Sarandos about the whole co-CEO model. It says it right here. It looks like he's considering it. So how's it going to go? I think Dana Walden, we all know, is the co-chair of Disney Entertainment. So she'll be the quote-unquote creative because she's not all that good. And Josh D'Amaro looks like we'll run the business side. He's better off running the business side. I'm not the biggest fan of D'Amaro because he to me he comes off as a corporate stooge. Kind of is a corporate stooge. Dana Walden, I'm not the big no. Because we all heard the story. She said no to somebody pitched to her a sitcom and she said no because it was too white, which is ridiculous. And then a couple days ago, Jimmy Kimmel says he wants her to be CEO. He's just thinking about his job. We all know the ratings for Jimmy Kimmel's Live is in the toilet. It's in the crapper. Like I said, what have I been saying? Who should Disney get for creative? Get an outsider. Get somebody to come in who's going to clean house, bring back creativity to the company, bring back the magic, bring back creativity, get rid of the activists, get rid of the untalented, uncreative Imagineers, get creative people. But Iger, is he going to do that? No, he's going to want somebody to carry on his legacy. When we all know his legacy is destroying everything Walt Disney created. So Disney potentially going back to co-CEOs. What are your guys' thoughts in the comments? Do you support the idea of Disney going back to the co-CEO management?